Hello, Knights of the Roll Table, and thank you for listening. In this episode, the team has returned from the elemental plane to find a greatly darkened Cambion 1 month after they previously left. Chancellor Riggs appears to have instituted a police state. There are bodies that have been hung in the town square. Many people have been run off. Many people have been in prisons, and the team is attempting to put together what has happened. They snuck into the cellar of the Singing Unicorn, which had been boarded up, and they met Gerald the werewolf there, who caught them up a bit. But then they found themselves under attack with a Molotov cocktail thrown in the window. We'll pick up there. Now remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and make life an adventure. It's Tiburon's turn first, so there's only a broken window through which a Molotov cocktail kind of thing was thrown in, and then an arrow was shot at Sarsa, but it missed.
Will there happen to be any barrels of beer or mead somewhere nearby?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Tiburon's going to go ahead and shape water if he can, and try and get some of that out of the barrel and onto the fire caused by the Molotovs.
The fire is currently out because Sarsa cast sleet.
Freezing rain and sleet in a 40-foot radius, 20 feet tall, and it becomes slick ice. It puts out any exposed flames, and it becomes difficult terrain.
Okay, so that's the situation. She responded to that. So a small amount of non-flammable liquid would have been a more contained way to handle this, but she handled it in the big way, which was where there's flame, there is no longer, but also importantly, most of this room is covered in ice. So it's going to be slippery, rough terrain.
Never done anything subtly.
She's handled it in a very Sarsa way. Done, absolutely no flame exists, and also it's going to have effects going forward.
But I solved the problem. There was a fire.
And that's on our level.
Fire.
It wouldn't be down in the basement where you're coming up from, but it would be kind of over most of the first floor. There's also like an upstairs. There's like a staircase up to where there's rooms that you've stayed in.
Okay.
But I think you all stayed downstairs. I think you all stayed downstairs just to keep as quiet as possible.
Yeah, we did. Cellar.
So, Tiburon, with that in mind, it's not fiery, it's icy. Previously fiery, maybe a little smoky, broken window. What's your move?
Okay, let me check something real quick. Perfect. Okay. Then instead of shaping water, as that seems unnecessary, Tiburon would like to cast Minor Illusion as near the window as possible, a sound illusion that would go out the window for folks to hear, and just I assume it's the illusion that's created is going to be better than my interpretation of it here, but just maybe 3 or 4 different voices in imitation of the people who are supposed to be here, like, oh no, don't, we're on fire, hell, fire's bad.
Fire bad.
All right. Awesome.
Ouch. Like that coming out the window.
I am dead.
Okay, so
I'm going to do that, and if I can be just somewhere semi-concealed, or at least out of the visibility of the window.
Yeah, is there anywhere you want to
behind the bar?
There's a bar that's sort of has a central. The bar is sort of in the middle of this room. So it has basically there's 3 sides to the bar kind of sticking out, and that's where some barrels, some kind of half drink, maybe broken barrels are. And there's tables and chairs all around, some of which are up, some of which are maybe knocked over. It looks like the place has been pretty worked over in whatever's happened in the last couple of weeks. So you want to hop behind the bar and take cover and keep a lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Tiburon's posted up behind the bar. Next up, there is a figure that appears from the top floor, out from where the bedrooms are, upstairs. Looks like they have some sort of a crossbow and takes aim at. Can see Tiburon from there and starts to take aim at Tiburon and then kind of like hesitates and instead takes a shot at Sarsa, who is also up there. First shot, nat 1, that's another miss. A heavy crossbow bolt hits the ground near you. Second shot hits you, 11 damage, piercing.
That son of a biscuit
Impales a bolt into your thigh. Hurts a lot. Impairs your walking a little bit.
No, that was my good thigh. No.
And that person kind of starts to reload that crossbow, and then it brings us to Randall's turn.
Okay, here's what Randall's gonna do. Randall's gonna come up the stairs towards the person. Actually, before that, he's gonna go through his. He's gonna go, where is it? And he's gonna pull out like an arrow that's like broken, that was trash that he picked up, and he's gonna take it, and he's gonna like put it like right on his chest, like over his heart, and he's gonna like fix it there real quick with like a chewed up piece of gum. He's gonna put it on there, and then he's gonna run towards the hooded figure, or the figure there, wherever the shots were coming from. And he's gonna go, oh no, you got me, and he's gonna cast Feign Death on himself and play possum right in front of him.
Feign Death, the ability we've determined that Randall has innately as a possum.
No, and the actual spell.
And you've learned it?
Yeah. Now it's something that he knows. So he's got it double good.
If you spent like a spell like choice on Feign Death, I feel like we can state firmly that you already know Feign Death, and you could pick another spell to fill that spot.
Okay, fair enough. I just thought it as an advantage to a roll in the character.
That should be a racial trait.
For sure.
Innate. Like just.
So you keel over. You walk up. It looks like you had a heart attack, and keel over. You immediately smell like death. It's just awful. In fact, we're gonna say at least I don't know what actual Feign Death does, but I'm gonna say the possum version of this involves a Constitution save for anybody nearby.
Bodies don't instantly smell, but when Randall dies,
Randall's Feign Death does. Randall already kind of smells like that. So this assassin up there will kind of stagger backwards, does pass a Constitution check so he doesn't vomit on you.
Good. Good.
Or over the railing, but
I wanted to get like close, near.
You're right up in there. He kind of stumbles back a little bit. Is that your turn?
Yeah, maybe like bottom of the stairs or something. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I'm dead.
He's at the top of the stairs. Do you want to climb the stairs or do you want to be lower?
If it'll be more dramatic to kind of like halfway over and then be like,
tumble down backwards.
Yeah, cool.
People outside believe people inside are burning. Randall is feigning death, confusing the assassin that's up there shooting crossbow bolts. And it's Oliver's turn.
Okay. We came in, I want to say initially, Branch and I came in from like a back door, like the cellar entrance, like the loading dock, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So is that accessible? Is that attacked, or?
I think that's where you're entering this space from, kind of coming upstairs from like a cellar area. You mean like the exit into that, or the like? You came in an outer entrance in an alleyway that entered directly into the cellar.
Yeah. Can we go out that way? If they're attacking from the front and, the stairway that goes up in the building is destroyed and on fire, like, I'm just wondering, can we just go out the back door?
You could. Yeah. That should be accessible. You had it like barred close. The front door is, it was like boarded up from the outside.
Right.
Those would be the two main entrance points.
Okay. I will try to run over to that back door, cellar entrance, unbar it, and tell everybody, out this way, everyone! Let's try to make our escape. And
Okay.
I'll just try to open the door and see what's out there.
Okay, so you unbar that. So run down across the cellar, hop up a kind of like a smaller number of stairs that go up to that door, because it's kind of a door that opens up, because the cellar's down and the alley is up. And you kind of throw the doors open. I'll say, actually, you throw the doors open and it hits somebody. Like one of the doors knocks somebody aside. What do you want to do from there? Because it's still your turn. It'll be like most of your movement, but you can react.
Do I see who it hits? They're under the door. They're like, bam.
Yeah, I would say sort of like some limbs are kind of sprawled out from underneath the door, but it's like a black clad figure.
Oh, all right. I'll hop out, jump into the alleyway, and I will use a bonus action for patient defense to take the dodge action on my turn.
So that adds to your AC, I think.
No, it just basically, if somebody tries to attack me, I'm ready to dodge.
But what's the effect of dodge? Doesn't that add like 4 to your AC, or is it like something?
No, it just means that the dodge is if they try to attack, they have disadvantage.
Okay, cool. All right, so Oliver inadvertently knocks somebody prone, prepares to patiently defend. We'll see that person first. Kind of like clambers to their feet, maybe just sort of like struggles out from under the door. And this is a figure dressed like basically assassin style. They're dressed up mostly in black to kind of try to obscure. Their eyes are visible, so you can't really see who it is. Doesn't particularly remind you of anyone in particular. But they sort of like clamber up to their feet and maybe try to take a shot at you. They tried to kick you, so give us a... well, so they have disadvantage on that kick. That's what it is. Because you are patiently defending. They miss hard, so they clamber to their feet and try to like roundhouse kick you, and you just sort of like step back, and then like they fall prone again with the like momentum of the kick. And actually, I'll say they actually like throw themselves into the stairwell that you just came out of and kind of like tumble down the stairs into the back into the cellar of the tavern. Meanwhile, upstairs, the front doors fly open, and 2 more of these similar looking black clad figures, eyes visible, rush into the building. What are they looking at? Dead Randall, their compatriot upstairs, presumably, and Sarsa is in that room. So they're going to try once again to surround Sarsa and give some attacks. Sarsa, give me a perception check. They would not see Tiburon from where they're entering from.
22.
Dang. Perceptive. So both these guys come running up to you. They get close enough that you can see their eyes, so that's really the only feature. And you have a weird sensation looking in the eyes of one of them that you're being attacked by Tiburon.
I'm just going to yell out, Tiburon, what is going on right now?
So that figure is going to swing a sword at you. That's going to miss.
Question, because I've probably sparred quite a bit with Tiburon during the off hours. We're kind of homies. Would I say that this attack style feels like his as well?
Roll insight for that.
Insight? Ooh, big old beefy 7 on that.
What you notice in this attack style is Tiburon's never attacked you with this much like violence and intent to kill. This person is trying to take you out. And Tiburon, as much as he's maybe acted like that's what you were doing, is always sparring and was always kind of slightly pulling back. So that's what you get. Like, that's not certainly not how the actual Tiburon fights you. And you do know the actual Tiburon is behind the bar. So this doesn't quite make sense, this perception that you've had, but that's kind of going through your head as this person does actually almost hit you. It just barely, maybe even cuts a little lock of hair or like knocks a, cuts a little hole in your sleeve, but doesn't actually wound you. And the second one more fully misses. But the other assassin on the other side of you will attack with advantage because you're a little bit surrounded. They have more of like a pike thing.
Could I get a little help over here?
And that will hit for 8 damage.
Really targeted, you guys.
But now it's Sarsa's turn.
How am I doing with regards to control of my wolfy self?
Good question. First thing on your turn, why don't you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Okay, that's a 14.
Oh, I was just about to say, we'll say 15 is the save for this. Actually, that's maybe a little bit extreme. So we'll say 13 is the save for that. 15 is pretty like extreme when you're like really losing control. I think you've been hit. There's risks for it changing, but this didn't quite do it, even though you've taken some damage. So you feel the wolf kind of like flare up. Actually, I would say that's close enough that like you feel the wolf try to flare up and you actually have the choice to kind of like let it go or remain in Sarsa form.
She's gonna try to keep her cool.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of like coach herself through it, like, Sarsa, we've been in worse scrapes than this. Keep it together, girl.
Yeah, you feel it kind of flare up and then, you push it back down and you're in Sarsa form. You can take your full turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have right now, is it 3 that are kind of around me? Like, what's their distance from me?
2 in melee range, and then there's the other one up the stairs that shot you with a crossbow. And you heard something happen down. You heard Oliver ran back down the stairs behind you into the cellar, and then you heard some clattering.
How far away is my closest ally? Like, cause are they all downstairs? There's not.
Tiburon is behind the bar because he hid when there was nobody here. You know where he is though, and he's about 10 feet away, maybe a little more.
Okay. So, can I ask you a question above table that I imagine Sarsa would know the answer to? So I have Destructive Wave that basically is like, I burst the ground and like divine energy goes boom out from me. Would the bar give Tiburon coverage from that? It's a 30-foot radius. But if he's behind the bar...
I think the bar would protect. You might mess up the bar, but I feel like he'd be okay there.
Okay. Then screw it. She's pissed. She doesn't like getting bullied. We're going to do it. And for the record, this is a 5th level spell. We're going big. Sarsa's only tool is a sledgehammer. So yeah, let's go. Why not? Let's get crazy. So I'm gonna do that, and basically they have to make a con save, and basically they take 5d6 thunder damage as well as 5d6 radiant damage. If they fail, they are knocked prone.
We got a 22 and 11 on con saves. I assume that's a success and a failure.
Okay. Now let me do 5d6. So that'll be 16 thunder damage for the one that took full damage. And then 16 radiant damage. And the one that took the full, so that'll be a total of 32 damage. The one that didn't save is also knocked prone. The other one will just take half of that damage for both the thunder.
So the one that gets hit more fully, which is not the Tiburon-ish one just goes flying all the way across the bar, hits the back wall hard, and this just like slumps down. Doesn't look like they're getting back up. The other one that takes half damage, which is the Tiburonish one, is not knocked prone, but is standing on ice. So actually the like wave of force still sends that person like sliding backwards like 10 feet or so, looking, pretty messed up from a fair amount of thunder and necrotic damage. Is that right?
Thunder and radiant. We
Thunder and radiant damage. Messing them up a fair bit.
They are now, I believe, out of melee range.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run behind the bar with Tiburon.
Okay. Do you want to run around or do you want to do a cool like hop over the bar and slide back there?
I mean, like, it'd be cool to be cool, but now I'm nervous that I'm not gonna make whatever it would take to do it. Let's try it though. Let's try and be cool.
It's probably actually safer to jump over the bar because of the ice. You'd have to like scramble.
Oh yeah.
Hook around.
I'll vault myself over the bar.
So you do that and come almost land on top of Tiburon back there. And then we'll wrap around back to Tiburon. It's your turn.
Hey, Sarsa.
Some weird stuff going on right now.
Is there someone I should try and hit more than the others?
Well, I think I got to the one that's right out here outside the bar. I think I got him pretty close to being knocked out. That one that's up at the top of the stairs, I haven't even touched yet.
That guy, by the way, can see you. is distracted by Randall, but like the vantage point from the guy at the top of the stairs can definitely see behind the bar.
Just from far away. Hey, I can hear you. I know you're talking about me.
Yeah.
Well, let's get up in that guy's grill. Am I close enough to reach him with a move, or would I have to...
The downstairs guy or the upstairs guy?
The upstairs guy.
No, he's like fully up the flight of stairs. At the bottom of that stairs is dead Randall. And
Got it.
you'd have to climb or do a pretty epic jump to get up there. You might be able to like jump on the bar and then up to the rails and then like do a pull up. That would be very athletic-y if you wanted to really show off.
Sure. It's pretty tempting to try and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Would I need to do like a dash or something, or is that just a regular? Will a regular move be able to cover all of that?
You don't have to travel very far, so that's probably most of your movement and an athletics check to see how that goes.
Gotcha. All right. 23 gonna do it?
Yes. Yeah, so you jump on the bar, just like no hands involved, like jump on the bar with your feet, land standing solidly on it, do a pretty impressive leap to just barely get your hands on the like floor level of the second floor. And then sort of like vault yourself. Would that work? One way or another, really quickly, like you end up with the rest of your movement and strength, like flipping over the railing and standing now right next to this very surprised assassin who's previously pretty distracted by the dead possum guy. And you're right there with him.
Hello. let's dice him up. 12 isn't gonna do it. 27. And what about an 18?
Yep, 2 hits.
2 hits. All right. So the first one is going to be 18 damage.
Dang.
And then the next one is going to be just 17.
Dang. All right. So 1 miss, 2 hard hits, and the second one actually knocks him over the railing. He does kind of the reverse path that you just traveled, just like plummets down, lands hard on the ground, pretty close to Sarsa, but like very prone and only slightly kind of like moving, maybe twitching, hard to tell.
Gotcha.
Anything else from your move there?
I think I'm all out of stuff. I think I just look over at Randall and make sure he's actually okay, because his playing possum's so effective that even
he stinks more than usual.
I'm concerned. Randall, a little bit of sweat.
That will take us back to the guy who you just threw over a railing, who sort of staggers to his feet a little bit, like grabbing onto things, sort of like pulls himself up onto the bar, but doesn't take any sort of aggressive actions. Looks pretty wrecked. And then we will jump forward to Randall.
Okay.
Randall, the person who did not get totally wrecked in that turn is relatively close to where you are. And this other guy that you did freak out is just pulled himself onto the bar.
Well, then it's time to slowly rise and sneak up on the other person who hasn't seen me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to sneak up on him, and he's going to go into his bag, and he's going to pull out a little, like a sharpened stick, and he's going to kind of like put it in like an old jar that he has, and kind of like scrape it around like he's getting some peanut butter out real quietly. And it's got like some toxic stuff on it, and he's going to stab it in his back. And he's going to say, "Time to get small." And he's going to cast Reduce to make him small.
With
Secretly.
your goo? Okay.
With the goo.
All right. He shrinks. One size smaller. He's now small. He was medium. Now he's small.
The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
It's like halfling sized all of a sudden.
Hey, what did that for? Attack to deal 1d4 less now. That's it.
All right. All right. That's your turn.
Yeah. Randall's my favorite character.
Meant for you. Branch, where did we leave you? Do you remember? Were you like mid visiting, or did you already come back?
Yeah. I had just left Clump and flown on to the other side of the jail to talk to Cletus, but I had not actually started talking to him yet.
All right. Well, with no idea that this is happening across the square, you are there, able to talk to Cletus.
Cletus, don't freak out.
Is that Branch? Is that you?
Yes, this is Branch. I am that dragonfly that is over your head. That is not a metaphor. I'm actually a dragonfly.
Oh, dang, that's cool. All right. Well, it's good to see you. Y'all been gone for a while.
Yes, we did not know we were gone as long as we were.
I said you missed some stuff.
Yeah. What happened? Why is everyone in jail?
I mean, just the guards and rigs and this new regime's just been. I mean, it gets a little more out of control every day. You probably saw up there they strung up the Bugbear and Crazy Lou. I mean, that was for bombing you all, but they've been locking everybody down. They've been locking us up, and I mean they found out that well, you don't know, but they found out what Sarsa knows about me, and that's why I'm in here. And they boarded up the bar, and a lot of folks have fled out to the hills to escape what's going on.
Well, now that's a good question. Sarsa, would you have told Branch that Cletus is a were-rat? Was he a were-rat?
She is a were-rat.
That's not Sarsa's information to share. Although I thought I did share that there was a meeting for people like
That's what I'm remembering.
But I don't think I would have specifically. I don't think I would have gotten any details like that. Right. It's kind of like, coming out to someone. Like, it needs to be something you do for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the identity she would have protected.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Branch has no idea what you're talking about. I gave my friend Clump, she is over there, some things to help maybe escape. What can Branch get you? How can I help?
Well, I don't know. Maybe just check on everybody. I know some folks were taking cover out in the caves of the mountain, so maybe you check on them and see if they have a plan.
Oh, do you know where in the caves, or just in the caves in general?
Well, no, they got me before I could join them.
Okay.
I kind of figured they'd need a place to drink and the bar would be okay, but apparently not. They just sort of broke in, took what they wanted.
Oh, that is not fun. Okay. You don't die and stay here, or unless you can get out with Clump, and then don't stay here. And Branch will find the other friends. Yes?
All right, you don't die either. Thanks.
Good
luck.
Yes. And then I guess I would just buzz my way back to the bar.
All right.
Those are the only two people I was intending to talk to.
Those are the only two people. There's other people locked up there. Those are the only two you recognize. So
that's what it was.
You start
I
buzzing
had
all.
written down that I wanted to talk to those two. So.
Yeah. The jail, like every cell is full. There's people in it, but those are the only two people you, as Branch, recognized. You go buzzing back across and back at the singing unicorn. It is the now shrunken.
It was my turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, it's Oliver's turn. Outside. In the alley.
Okay, am I
By the
still
cellar.
facing one of the assassins?
Yes, who just inadvertently threw himself down the stairs, trying to kick you.
Is there anybody else up there? Other assassins or?
Yeah, you kind of take a minute to look around. You don't see anybody there. You think that guy was probably posted to cover that exit.
Better help my friends. I heard Sarsa cry out. So I'll just take a leap, and with a leaping force jumping down the stairs, I'm gonna just try to finish off this guy.
Okay.
Not kill him. I'm just using non-lethal. I'm gonna try to knock him out.
Sure, he's down there kind of stumbling to his feet after falling down the stairs, so
I don't know who he is.
you can get to him easily.
I'm gonna make 2 attacks with my staff. How about a 24 to hit?
You hit. Yep.
And how about a 20 to hit?
Yep.
35 bludgeoning damage.
All right, that crushes him pretty hard. He's still just barely on his feet.
Bonus action, unarmed strike. So I'll whack, and I'll just kind of like, this is how you kick someone. You have to use your the forward motion of the shin with the knee kind of going across, and I'll go ahead and kick him twice just to knock him out in the face.
All right, give me those rolls.
Okay, 22 and 13
Oh,
to hit.
22 will hit, 13 won't, but you're probably not going to need it. He looked pretty messed up,
Okay.
so one solid kick's probably going to take him down.
13 kick damage.
Yep. Yep, takes one to the face and just keels over.
Stop it! I'm just knocking him out.
Done.
All right.
He is unconscious.
And if I have any other movement, I will run over and try to help Sarsa because I heard her cry out.
Yeah, I'd say your leftover movement can get you back up the stairs into the main room. Ice and silliness that's happening.
I am coming! Oliver is coming to help you!
So you'd run up the stairs and see not Sarsa because she's hidden behind the bar. Tiburon's upstairs. A guy is right below him looking real beat up. Looking straight forward from where you're coming up the stairs, you see one assassin passed out and a tiny assassin in front of Randall who has just shrunk him.
This seems well at hand. I don't understand what the problem is. Shall we go now? Or do we need to take care of this tiny man?
That will go to Tiny Man's turn, who will probably try to run, which you give Randall an opportunity attack. Do you want to do something with that, Randall?
Hold me closer,
Yeah.
tiny assassin.
I don't really have any melee weapons, but I'll try and use my guitar and like bop hit him with the backside of the guitar like a El Kabong. Bow.
There you go. Roll a d20 plus 2 or 3 for
Great.
guitar damage.
Sure.
Proficient with guitar. Smashing it on the
Pretty
stage. Definitely a
proficient.
Randall move.
17.
That'll hit him. You kind of catch him probably just perfectly to maybe like hit him in the back and knock him onto the ground.
Perfect.
Give him slightly more damage. He looks pretty injured. Tiburon, you're up at the top of the stairs able to watch this because it's the main thing going on. Roll perception yourself.
3.
Something about this guy looks super familiar to you in his bigger size, not as weird now small size, but it doesn't really click for you. He's still covered up in all the black clothes, which are now pretty like shattered and disheveled because he was thunder damaged and iced and radiant damage. So there's more of him visible, but you don't immediately get to like, why do I recognize this person? I would say if you want to, Randall's closest, or actually like Oliver too. I think like this is the last threat, and we can kind of come out of initiative because if you literally this person's injured enough that like you could probably just sort of like step on him and pin him down to keep him from escaping.
Stay with us, little guy.
Yeah. So we'll come out of initiative.
Should we question him? Just hold him down with my staff. Talk. Who sent you?
Why am I small? What happened?
We'll set you back to regular size, but who sent you?
I can't tell you that. Just let me go. Tiburon still weird because small size, but listening to the talk and having a little bit of non-battle time, it's your brother.
What?
Oh my god.
Guess he's your little brother then.
You got me, Jeff. You got me.
Tiburon, I think you've only talked about your brother as your brother, that he's out there killing people. Not really your take on things, so...
Solasso, definitely younger brother. Not seen him in many years at this point.
Mm-hmm. You know, he's been out doing kind of murder for hire sort of work.
Right.
There he is, pinned down by Randall and Oliver. Looking tiny. Extra little brother. Let me go, I gotta go. They go, huh? What are you... What? Tib?
Well, if it isn't you, Sol.
Tiburon, do you know this gentleman?
Oh, I know. Oh, I know him.
Well, I don't. Who is he?
That degenerate is my brother.
Drama bomb.
Well, that's certainly... Well, I'm glad we didn't kill him.
Tiburon takes his sword and then puts it right up to his brother's chest, or just abdomen in general. Sol, give me one good reason I shouldn't finish what you started.
Oh, no, don't kill him. You might regret his family.
Sometimes families are complicated. If he needs to kill his brother, let him kill his brother.
No, don't kill his brother. I might, I might have information. We got a lot of good times. Remember that time I saved you from the barracuda?
I remember.
Oh no, that was you. You saved me from a barracuda. Okay, I'm sorry. No, listen. I need your help, Tib. You wouldn't stab me. I'm your little brother.
You have 2 more minutes.
Okay. Listen. I can tell you what was going. Your friend here wanted to know who hired me. If you don't stab me, I can tell you that. Huh? And then maybe I could be big again?
You have 1 minute.
You better start talking.
Okay, it was this he had hooves. It was like a satyr guy. And he said he told us you'd be in town here. He wasn't sure where, but if you emerged, we needed to take you out. So we watched you and we saw you last night, and here we are. We're usually much better than this.
Wait, I'm trying to think back to our fight with Malkadoth. I'm remembering like hooves or goat feet.
Satyr? I hardly know her.
Jennifer.
It's a kid's show.
I mean, I think the last satyr that we ran into was like season 1 in the Feywild.
No, because we fought the satyr in the room before Gravely got turned into fog. Remember, there was that whole thing of the Malkadoth, quote unquote, was actually like a satyr, and then if I recall, there was like an invisible satyr in that room too.
And then he went in through the portal, and we didn't see him again.
Jeff, I think you're thinking of Narnia. I don't think you've met a satyr in the
We
went through the coats. There was some coats and a lamppost.
You did fight a jokey riddle-telling satyr, I think, somewhere in Chris's season. But yes, more recently in the battle with Malkadoth, a satyr was hiding in the fog. Tiburon faced off with them, and I think he either explained or you pieced together that he was impersonating the figure of Malkadoth when you kind of met him in the throne room. But that was illusion. And then he did not disappear.
We kept him prisoner, and then we handed him off to Briggs, I think.
Yes. Yeah, he was turned over to Riggs. You haven't really seen him since then. His name was Bavrax.
Bavrax. This is all ringing a bell, baby. So I guess when the hoof stuff and stuff like that gets mentioned, Tiburon like pulls back the sword and goes, "You remember the Malkadoth that wasn't Malkadoth? That was a satyr."
Oh my gosh, it's all connected. That was before we caused the revolution that freed this kingdom?
Aye, right before.
So you know a satyr that was in league with Lord Malkadoth. Is this the one that hired these assassins to... Is Lord Malkadoth the one who hired the satyr who hired you to kill us, sir?
I don't know that you're saying a lot of words. I don't understand. I would love to be if we could make me regular size again, I would have an easier time composing my thoughts. But I don't know anything besides like this satyr guy told us what I just told you, which was to keep an eye out for you and take you out if we saw you.
Oh, what was the reward? Was it a lot or like a little?
Like standard rates.
I mean,
pretty good, with plus overtime because we've been waiting around for a while, and death and dismemberment clause.
That's nice.
I guess these guys might need that if they're not dead.
Do you get dental with that too?
Oh, Randall? Yeah, exactly. And look right here, I'm gonna need it for this, and he's missing
Randall?
a couple of teeth.
No,
not right now. Listen, my tiefling friend over there would love to electrocute you or turn you into a block of ice or something. I suggest you tell us what you know about who hired.
I'm freaking crazy.
She is quite, all right. So tell us what you know, and then you and Tiburon can have some quality family bonding time before he possibly knocks you out. So please speak.
Look, that's about it. I mean, we've been keeping an eye on things for a couple of weeks now, and these guards are a little rough, but that's not our jam. We were just keeping out of sight and looking for you, and until we saw you. So we need to find that guy. Actually, if you could take me to find that guy, he owes us some money. And so maybe I could go with you, or I could just catch up later. Actually, you probably don't want to hang out with me.
And where were you supposed to meet this satyr gentleman? In the palace?
No, not in the palace. Out in the woods near the caves.
Near the mountain?
Yeah. I mean, kind of everything's near the mountain, because
right.
Look, it's big. but yeah.
And sorry, what was your name? Alex or Stephen?
Salasso,
yes. So
I would use my cool alias, but that's not really a point, because, Tib's here.
What is your cool alias?
Tib, I've missed you. I mean, I don't know if I said that enough. Like, I missed you. You didn't call. You didn't write.
Listen, you better tell us your alias, or I'm going to make you smaller.
It's Kipper.
Kipper? Kipper?
Yeah.
Is your cool alias?
It's cool when they say, it's kind of like when you call the big guy like Tiny,
Uh-huh.
It says it seems cool when I'm bigger. I feel like in this tiny form that you made me, it just seems silly. But
seems
like
oddly
I'm usually pretty big.
I have another question that you will answer if you're.
Well, apparently I got plenty of time, so whatever. Can I have a drink? This is a bar, right?
You are not in league to negotiate.
Okay, all right.
Why are the soldiers capturing people and taking them? Who is the regent in charge of the land?
Well, I don't know why, but that guy Riggs seems like the one in charge. He's sending them out,
Seems oddly out of character.
I mean, it's regular, like, new guy in charge, gotta assert his authority. Like, that's why I don't have any of that time for that lawful stuff. I keep to the woods. I make my own rules. The woods and the shore, and we take a job and we roll on when the heat gets too high. You know how it is. It's romantic, right, Tib?
I'm going to kill you.
Please refrain from any fratricide anytime. Just hold off.
Yeah. Don't do Fraggle side. Listen, that's all I know. So if you guys just let me go, I won't tell anybody. Ow!
I'm just gonna hush. Can one of you contact Branch and make sure he's okay and at least on his way back? I think we need to find out what he found out.
Branch, at that moment, you fly back in dragonfly form to the singing unicorn, and you see some commotion. You kind of take in probably a little smoke is going on. You make your way in the front doors, and you see your friends with this little small person that looks a lot like Tiburon pinned down to the ground. There's some other knocked out assassins around, and that's what you take in. There's also a lot of like melted ice water. Things are kind of like wrecked up. Like this place was not in good condition before, but like it's significantly more wrecked than last time you were in here, which is recently.
Yeah. I'll demorph and Branch will go, I can't leave you people alone for more than 5 minutes. Humans.
I think at this moment, the like little tiny person, it looks like you're assuming this is a halfling or something, but that person that they have pinned down grows up
Yeah.
into normal size, kind of stocky human who bears a striking resemblance to Tiburon.
Why did you make the person grow?
It's the opposite.
No, he got big. If he shrank, that would be the opposite. Then he would get smaller.
No, hold on a sec. I don't think that's right. We made him small. He was big, now he's small.
No, now he is big. See?
I've always been this size. Can I get up? Would it be? I'm not gonna run.
You can stand up, but you try any funny business, and I will make sure you don't get back up.
That's fine. I see this is a bar here. Lovely, lovely establishment. You mind if could I get a drink? Maybe we can talk. Tiburon, you like drinks, huh?
Sure, I'll start mixing.
Okay, the rat's gonna make drinks.
Randall will go start making some drinks.
I do like drinks, but I don't know that I like you. I'm a little conflicted, but it's fine. Let's have a drink.
Hey, how much grass does everybody like in their drinks? Like an average amount of grass, or does anybody
I'll
want more
pour.
grass?
You just make sure he doesn't escape, Randall.
Oh, okay, great.
Sarsa just literally, it's just little drams of whiskey. That's it.
Where is the grass?
Yeah, here you go. One grass martini served on literal rocks. Here you go.
Salazar will take a dram of whiskey if he can get it and throw it back, and be like, "So, Tiburon, been a while. Good to see ya."
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. You're doing well for yourself.
You know, I saw Shrimpy recently, and he reminded me about something, Salasso. There were good people back at home. Good people you did a lot of bad things for, and to, and around.
I haven't been there in a while, so hopefully they're doing well, and maybe they learned some lessons, and they've learned to better protect themselves and their items that are easily removed from their persons. And yeah, you're doing that thing like you've always done that thing since we were little, where like I'm trying to connect with you, and you're just staring at me like I'm some kind of bad person or something. You're making me nervous.
You are a bad person, Salasso.
Listen, young man, I know that family altercations are quite common with our group, but you've come in at a very inopportune time for reconnecting. So if that is your intent, I suggest perhaps you stick around town where it's safe. We're going to go on a secret mission, and then when we get back, perhaps you and your brother, if he is indeed your brother, then you can work it out. There seems to be a lot of that going around, just needing to work things out with family.
I mean, I feel like you're holding a grudge against me. Maybe because I just led a team of assassins against you and your friends, which I didn't know. I didn't know it was you. You can't hold that against me. It was just work. You're doing work. I'm doing work. We're both like hardworking guys following our own path. And maybe this is opportunity, right? You're making me nervous. You're doing the staring thing. You're not giving me a lot of feedback. You know, old guy, right? We're doing work, and now we're reconnecting.
No,
and,
don't drag me into. I'm not on your side. I'm on his side.
If he can reach it, he's going to take another dram of whiskey and throw it back. Okay, this is a good plan. I will stay here, and you all go do your thing.
It's up to you, Tiburon.
Maybe we should take a vote. You feel like we should take a vote on like what we should do?
You hush. I hold my staff up to his like chest.
All right, I'll wait.
Quiet.
Salazzo,
Tiburon.
do you plan to stay in town?
No, I don't feel. I feel like I maybe quickly ran out my welcome here. So if it's cool with you, I'm more than happy to leave. Plus, y'all kind of dismantled my crew here, so I might need to reassemble and or maybe change professions and go into more caring for orphans or picking flowers.
All right. Tiburon takes out a scrap of paper and a little bit of charcoal and writes something on some paper and goes, "This is the name of a ship. This is the name of a man who works on a ship. You're going to go to the nearest port. You're going to ask for this ship. You're going to ask for this man. And next time I talk to this man, if I hear you didn't talk to him, I'm going to hunt you down, Salazzo."
Okay, is he rich? Is there something I should steal from him, or you want me to take him out, or
He'll give you
that's not what
safe
you're saying.
passage.
Oh, really? You do that for me after?
It's
You
already been
discuss it.
done. You just
All
have to decide if that's what happens.
He looks like shaken. Like he's been just definitely like, the routine, the kind of like squirming his way out of trouble routine that you've seen before that you're not really accepting. And he looks like shaken that like, you like seem to be genuinely doing him a good turn. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks. Tib?
Good. Get out of here. Tiburon turns around. He can't bear to see him go. Mostly out of anger, but, a little bit out of sadness.
So Salazzo just kind of like looks at the rest of you staring back at him and just like stands up and kind of like without really like backs towards the front door, not really taking his eyes off you all, and just like gets out of there and takes off kind of like walks backwards to the front door and then like runs out of sight.
Are you okay, Tiburon?
Oh, I'll be good after these 5 deep breaths I'm going to take.
All right. Maybe we should all take 5 deep breaths. 1. Sorry, I'm an old man. My lungs are not very strong. I exhale very strangely. It's kind of loud. Okay, this is the 3rd one, right?
Randall.
You say your name when you exhale.
All right, we don't need to do all 5.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I feel like I'm getting lightheaded.
Well,
Randall. Yeah. Oh, I feel like $1 million.
After that, you're all super relaxed, clearly, just like calmness has washed across
I'm
the
seeing
bar.
little dots around my eyes. Is that normal? Little blinky dots.
Branch went to the castle, and Branch saw Clump, and Branch saw Gladys, and Gladys say that some of the humans from town are in the cave in the mountain.
Well, there you go. Everything's leading to the cave. I suggest that's where we go. Post haste.
Okay.
Oliver walks off.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Come on, everyone. Let's go.
Branch, did you see any sort of satyr or anything like that in the cells of the castle?
Branch did not notice. Let Branch think back. And then, did I notice the satyr in the cells, Zach?
No, you didn't notice any satyrs. There was a lot of people. The cells were full.
No.
You did not notice any satyrs, no.
Just a lot of humans and Clump.
Well, then I suggest we follow Oliver then. We're coming!
Where did he go? He is fast.
Let me finish my grass teeny.
Well, stop nursing
Randall,
it.
this was very good.
Slam it down.
Okay. Well, it's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be enjoyed.
It was very good. Randall, I would... you'll have to give Branch the recipe.
You got it.
It's grass and gin.
Special spirit made from fermented grass with a...
Yeah. It takes so much grass to get fermentable sugars.
Big pile of lawn clippings that start to decompose, and heat it
Just
up.
like, you get one
Boils
drop.
itself.
Yeah. After you
All
just
right.
the one drop. Ooh.
So y'all head
I
on
imagine it
out.
would just.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you all head on out. Follow Oliver. It's morning-ish. I think you woke up kind of early. The ambush happened kind of early, so pretty early. Not a lot going on out there. There are still two. There's a stockades that's out there in the main square that still has two bodies hanging from it grimly. You head off, kind of like you were heading off into the mountains to look for this kind of cave.
Oh, yes.
That's correct.
So you don't know exactly where that cave in the mountains is, which would be like intentional. Like it must be somewhere that's like relatively hidden. But you do have the map device kind of thing that you got from the elements that kind of like illustrates the mountain. So you can pull that out and kind of, so using that, you can see like every entrance to the mountain, every hidden cave, just like everything that's out there. You can see exactly the cave that you went in to find the prospectors camp and the Zorn and Slod, and you can see a few other entry points. And so how about everybody roll survival to kind of like survey this?
11.
14.
18 for Oliver.
22.
Dang.
14 for Randall.
Like
All right,
me.
so you're able to like pull up this little mountain thing that projects this image of the mountain and see. It shows like a lot of stuff that like you recognize. It shows that path you took before. It also shows you can see the kind of like network of tunnels that sort of like emerge from the kind of like pits of the palace where you fought John Fletcher. You can see how that the like sort of dungeon area of the palace where the portal is and where you fought John Fletcher is like very much like down at the base of the mountain that has like caves kind of like honeycombing very near it. And you sort of like look at like, well, where would a bunch of people hide? And you're sort of looking at different things. Tiburon thinks like, well, maybe here, maybe we should go back there. Oliver has a pretty good sense of kind of a bigger cave, like a cave that is like far enough from town, but not too far and kind of big enough. And then Sarsa like just sort of glances at it and is like, they're there, obviously. And if you like zoom into that like cave that like Oliver was starting to look at and Sarsa feels confident about, so you can kind of like make this map bigger and get a look at it. You can actually see the details of like movement in that cave. Like some of the rocks are being moved around somewhat, whether it's being sort of like excavated or they're putting together defenses or something. Like you can't see people in it, but you can see some rock. It has enough detail that you can actually see some rocks moving around in a way that like that really has to be like a settlement happening there.
And it looks like there's some sort of settlement over in that direction.
Is there a path going up to it or a trail, or do we have to like scramble over rocks, or what's the terrain looking to get to where we need to be?
You can kind of like navigate easily enough through forests and such to get to that point. As you get kind of closer to it, there's not a clear path. You can actually see that like there wasn't a clear path, but perhaps a little bit problematically, you can kind of tell. We'll keep these same survival rolls that like some of you can tell better than others that like a lot of people have been through here recently. It's getting to the point where it really wouldn't be that difficult to trace where all these people are going if somebody was really looking and got this close. But not a path directly through it. Actually, like where it is covered enough with brush and it's sort of like behind an outcropping of rocks that you wouldn't have guessed that there was a cave there without like knowing that there is a cave interest there. Everybody roll. Actually, like, do people know their passive perception? What's people's passive perception?
Branches is 15.
19 for Oliver.
Dang, it's not passive at all.
17 for Randall.
I'm a 19.
Your passive perceptions are like average passive perception is like 17 or 18.
That's right.
We good,
This
baby. We good.
doesn't want to
baby.
miss out, okay? If it was Maya, you would be much more disappointed.
All right, so you're like sizing up through your like survival assessment and wilderness orienteering that like, well, both we know from the map that it's up there, but also like I would know just from looking around that a bunch of people went this way, kind of like back and forth recently. And as you're sort of like looking up toward the cave, you also notice a halfling in dark clothes up in a tree and a half orc, sort of like bulky fighter looking figure who sort of crouched behind some boulders, and an elf who is hidden behind a tree a little bit up the way, an elf in wizardy robes. Branch, what was your passive perception?
15.
Okay, so we'll say that those are you 17 and above are looking up there, and you notice quietly, like at least each of you spot at least one of those figures that are clearly hiding, but not terribly great at it.
Well, I don't think we're alone, guys.
Why not?
Do we need to sneak in, or should we just go in guns blazing?
Well,
You want me to put ice everywhere? Because I can do that. That's a thing I can do.
once a day is quite enough.
But I could do it multiple times a day.
I know, but I think
Okay, just say the word.
Branch, as you attune to what they're all noticing and starting to whisper and plan about, like you recognize these figures, especially the halfling in the tree is Kriz. That's Grunk, the half-orc fighter hiding behind a boulder. You're pretty sure that's Quasi-Kazoo, the wizard hidden in the trees. And somewhere around here is probably Haberall. This is the Zeros, the team of level 1 adventurers that you and Gravely encountered in the rat basement.
Oh. They clearly see us, I assume.
Well, they're clearly lying in wait. They don't necessarily for sure see you because they haven't like moved. They're still like in hidden position. So it's very possible that they haven't seen you yet and you've all spotted them ahead of time. Branch, you don't necessarily remember their names, but you definitely remember this cue as you like spot their forms and the sort of like amateur-y way that they're like handling an ambush. Like, okay, I remember these guys. But it was only you and Gravely that met them, so you're the only one who has the connection.
Right. I know these humans. I met Gravely and we met them in a basement.
Like in a good way? Like, can they be trusted, or should we be wary?
They seemed fine, I guess. Branch is not a people human.
Branch, do you want to go in first, and we can back you up and be prepared in case it goes south?
Sure. What's the worst that could happen? So I'll step forward, and Branch will say, hello, it is me, Branch. I see you guys. Hi.
From up in the tree where Kriz is hiding, you hear, "Sneak attack!" And an arrow whizzes by you and hits the ground near you.
That was not nice.
From Grunk's direction, he's like, Grunk's female. Hey, Kriz, that's the guy we met. Like, be cool. It's fine. And then Quasi-Kazoo, the wizard, yells at Grunk like, "We are on a defensive mission. This is an ambush. You cannot just step out from behind them like that. Now, everyone back to your places."
Hi. Why? Who are you ambushing? If not,
all right. Well, clearly this has not worked anymore. Everyone, come out. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. And Chris starts to clamber down from the tree. Grunk steps out, has a big axe.
I have friends here too. They are. They will not hurt you unless you attack them, and then they will probably hurt you. So don't do that.
We could always do it again. Do you want to go back to one and do the whole take again?
And actually, from like right in front of you, a human stands up who like pulls like a cloak back and has been like just masquerading as just like a clump of leaves, like literally right in front of you. So this like cloak gets flipped up, and it's Haberall, who's a cleric, who's like, "That was really cool, you guys. Like, wow, you are really impressive. I can't even tell. I'm a big fan. I've heard about some of your stuff. I'm a really big fan. Does any of you need healing? I know I can do some healing, and actually, if you want, I could do bless. Bless would be great. I haven't really got to use bless very much.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Come on, you guys. It's our friend. You remember this guy? He's Branch, right?
Yes, that is my name.
You want to be blessed, or do you have any wounds that I could cure?
Branch is not hurt. These guys got in a fight, so maybe are you any of you hurt?
She looks really excited.
Not terribly. I mean, I suppose a blessing wouldn't hurt us, but so this is an ally, Branch? This is someone you trust?
This is someone that I met once, and they were also adventurers, and they were killing rats, like we were killing rats.
Yes, we are a deft team of adventurers, and you shall not cross us. We are defending the fine and innocent people of this land, and you shall not go forward unless you swear on whatever you swear on that you will not injure them.
Well, I think we shall go forward because this is our mission that we have been tasked with, and we are on a rescue mission as well as a extermination mission. So unless you want to come with us,
We are not exterminating you or the townspeople. We
Or
are
any rats.
going to see you. Do you remember my friend Gravely? He was the other person that was with me, about the same height and color, but not the same
Randy's like,
person.
oh yeah, he was good. How was Gravely?
Gravely got taken. He got turned into smoke or steam and taken, and now we think a dragon has him.
Oh no, that's terrible. Did you try lesser restoration? Haberal says.
Perhaps when we find him, but he is that way. And I point at the cave.
Oh, okay. Hey, Quasi, you're coming off as really. We've talked about this. You're like, we need to, try honey before vinegar. Now, stop being so abrasive. Like, these are good folks, and just come on down here. I know you just stop. I know you're thinking about shooting a firebolt. Just cut it out. Come on, everybody together. Chris, are you still in that tree? Come on, get down. Chris is at the bottom of the tree, but he's hiding behind it. But it's like the same tree you watched him completely climb down.
He's just like poking out.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are good. I like this group.